Uncle Bobby Radio is for adults only. If you are a kid, do not listen.
You know, I wonder if Joe Seeker misses me.
Okay, there we are. So we got a little short show here to do. Of course, this is, chat, forum, fucking whatever you want to call them. Know what I'm talking about. And of course, I'm talking about the parting ways of Joe Seeker and Uncle Bobby. That just can't happen that way. I don't really know, because I'll just treat Bobby like I always did Chris Tom, but not going to do anything about it. That pissy smelling, gap-toothed, white trash motherfucker, and he'll go ballistic, and he'll just keep broadcasting to the world like he has been for the last year and a half. What a white trash piece of shit that he is. He'll just keep showing the world that. I'll just continue to play top quality, classic, heavy metal, rock and roll. Keep doing whatever he does. The sun will still rise tomorrow, and it'll still set tomorrow night. All the little womas will have a place to go, and they'll be able to talk about coffee and baking cookies. Bobby can tell them he loves them, and real weirdo stuff like that. Because in the end, I don't want to spend another year. I don't pretend that I'm not an angry person, that I don't lose my cool. You're nothing but a fucking little girl. Adios to you, Bobby. Do all the clips that you want, man. Do whatever you want, man, because in the end, you're still a gap-toothed, white trash, pissy-smelling piece of fucking shit, and that'll be the end for you.
I'm going to go ahead and say he does. Okay, Uncle Bob here with Uncle Bobby Radio, and obviously, it's clear from that clip that Joe is still angry with me. Just a little bit. We split up. I parted ways with him. We got in a fight, and I decided to block him from everything. And he's still quite angry about that. His pussy hurts, and he's going to run around with a swollen pussy, screaming, getting, pussy juice, sour pussy juice all over everybody. And we got to suffer. Normally I wasn't gonna. I'm not gonna partake in this. I wasn't gonna go grab a bunch of shit. Whatever I had from him on the show, maybe I recycle because that's just my nature as a DJ. Wasn't gonna go grab stuff from his shows, but unfortunately, my girl had to listen back to something. She says she's not gonna do it anymore. I talked to her. I'm like, look, it's just gonna get you mad. She's all upset because there's some things he said in the clip that weren't in the clip. You know what I mean? Called her names, and because Clint called her that too, and I hurt her feelings. And I told him the story. This is the bad thing when you go to war with someone you were really good friends with, and a lot of personal information's out there that he knows, and he's going to use it against me. He's already has, But I told him about Clint calling her, the Family Guy, Peter Griffin, and I might have said it on air. He might even have a clip. I don't know, but that she doesn't like that. It upset her a lot when he said it. Now Joe said it, and I mean, basically at this point, I was just mad and blocked him because I didn't want him going back on me. You know what I mean, and just bothering me with the Facebook things when he gets mad at people. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. So I blocked him. Well, now it's to the point now where there's too much blood shed. There's too much damage. At least on this side. I haven't really done anything. I haven't attacked him. All I did was not talk to him anymore. I haven't really said too much. I mean, when he was in the chat room, I was fucking with him in the chat a little bit. And I've always done that, irritate him a little bit, joke, because I just, that's the only thing I have is comedy as my, it's my weapon. That's all I have, is just to laugh it off and be funny. I don't know any other way besides get mad and crazy and scream. You know what I mean? So that's his job. So I choose to just, when he does it and he gets crazy, you can't have two crazy people screaming. So I go the other way with him. You know what I mean? Just laugh it off. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Listen, it's a lot easier to go after somebody who you're not that close with. I don't want a war with him. I don't want to play. I just want to, I can forgive and forget. Joe, I doubt can, but perhaps you can't forget or forgive Joe, but at least forget. Forget I ever fucking existed. I'll try to do the best as I can to forget the same. And let's squash it, man. I mean, let's a truce, I'm not scared of a fight, but I don't want one. I don't want one, man. I really don't. I'm not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. So we're just going to have to figure out how to coexist. I'm not Chris Topp. I'm not going to scurry away because you claim accusations, that are obviously so false. It's ridiculous. For one, everything I've done and open on the radio. For you to say exaggerate it, it's kind of hard to exaggerate when the proof is right there. I've never done anything as exaggerated as you said. I've never punched my daughter in the face. I've never not fed her. You know what I mean? And this is exactly what you did with Chris Topp. You just exaggerated the truth and make the person look criminally wrong, so you can go and so somebody will call the cops on them or whatever, so you can get investigated. You always want to take it to a whole nother level. We were friends, we're not. Let's drop it. Why try to get me in trouble in other ways? I'm not. If I was that bad of a person, if Chris Topp really was a pedophile, like you say he was, if I'm really a child beater, then why did you take 2 years for us to stop talking to you, for you to go ahead and say these things? You know what I mean? I joke about it. I joke about what you say about Chris Topp. It's funny because I know it ain't true. He knows it ain't true, so he should let it slide. And that's what I'm going to do. You can go on your show and make all the accusations you want, try to get my kids taken away, try to get my wife to leave me, and do all that shady shit you want to do. You do you, and I'll do me, because in the end, I know what I am. I know what I'm capable of, not capable of, and I'm not capable of doing my family harm at all. It's my job to protect them, and you know that. You wouldn't have been my friend if you didn't know that. You said that yourself. So, if you perhaps one day, maybe I know I haven't done anything for you to not want to be my friend. So if you just chill, maybe you won't do so much damage, and maybe we can, kind of maybe not go back to the way we were, but at least start talking again. But you just keep slashing and slashing. It's just going to draw us further away. Nah, you already ruined it with Liz. She ain't never going to talk to you again. So, I don't know. I guess, here's me with the white flag, buddy. Waving the white flag. Truce. I want a truce. Now take that and make a clip out of it. Skype is up. Facebook is on. It's awful quiet. No big deal. Got new stuff, new clips I've made, not Joe Seeker related. I have some stuff I've grabbed off the internet, and I have lots of news stories we can get to. So we got a lot to do today. Stick with us, and we'll get to it. Here on Uncle Bobby Radio, your home for all things funny.
And now, the show that allows everyone to vent their spleen. It's Pacemaker, the program that puts the heart back into the health industry. Here's your host, Ryan McFallon.
It's David and Goliath, but we're all David when it comes to fighting the healthcare industry. And this time, it's not a rock. It's our nuts in a sling. For thousands of years, people have treated themselves when they got sick. The wisdom was handed down from family to family, mother to daughter, father to son, and sometimes while inebriated, father to daughter. But nobody talked about it. Now we have HMOs, co-pays, 1,000 forms to fill out, gastric bypasses, doctors that charge $30,000 to pry open your love cave with a speculum. Today on the show, from Betta Pharmaceuticals, Public Relations Director, Sheila Stafford.
Hi, Ryan. Great to be here. I brought you samples of some breakthrough new drugs. You look like you really need them.
Okay, thanks. And representing the largest HMO in the nation, Copay Health System CEO, Wilson Taylor Sr.
Ryan, it's a pleasure to be here to talk about taking the healthcare industry from a patient-centric and business-centric aggregated bell curve forward to the health model we're looking at in the 22nd century.
All right. And finally, he's the founder of Homeopathic Center Down Home Medicine, author and self-healing guru, the Down Home Medicine man himself, Waylon Mason.
What?
Waylon, I'm just saying welcome to the show.
I didn't know.
Okay, let's start with you, Mason. What's wrong with the healthcare industry?
That's just it. You said it. It's an industry. Industry. $1 trillion. $1 trillion rotten deals and broken promises made to you, and dirty needles. For what? I teach people, stuff that only Indians and old people understand. Why are we sitting in a waiting room while some asshole, some limp ass nuts, plays golf and makes $1 million a year to scribble on little pieces of paper nobody can read? That's like they're writing secrets. It's a conspiracy. When we lived in the woods, my father taught me a lot about home medicine. After my mom died during childbirth, he let me burn the body. You can learn a lot from family.
Let's get into the 21st century here. We really need to move beyond this negativity and hostility towards the pharmaceutical industry. We are leading robust, end-to-end, sustainable solutions to healthcare challenges in a viable and yet 100% patient-centric, care-focused, and responsible manner. Life is full of very complex chemical challenges. Beta Pharmaceuticals is there every step of the way. Much more so than a bunch of hillbillies fighting progress and home cremating their mother.
Well, what kind of...
What are you? That's like being a corporate slut. Well, you don't know where you are.
Well, really, life is a challenge. And if you could swallow a magic pill every day and not worry about that challenge, wouldn't you? We all would. Some of us are. Take, for instance, our best-selling symptomatic postural tension reliever, Cominex. Life is stressful. Up the dose. And with increased dosage, people will see an inverse reduction in problems. It's science, really.
Life is stressful, and the reason it's stressful is that the consumer is forced to pay pharmaceutical companies like yours exorbitant fees to cover these prescriptions and CEO bonuses. HMOs like mine are trying to save your life, and Little Miss Drug Company here sashays into the doctor's office, flashes her perky bazookas, and the next thing you know, the doctor's prescribing heavy sedatives for every splinter or rash. And who gets to pay for this? The insurance companies, which we are obliged to mark up and pass on to you in denied coverage claims. It breaks my heart.
There's just too many pills, man. It's making our immune systems weak. My mom was a visionary and a helper, and she left me in dirty diapers all day. And now I have a super goddamn immune system. I can lick the floor under a truck stop urinal, and it don't affect me a bit. And sometimes I do, for cash or whatever.
That's the problem. Let's stop blaming the HMOs because you can't see a doctor. Don't blame profits or Nixon because you've got bad coverage. Bottom line, don't blame me because you're a loser. Not my fault, buddy. And the last thing we need on earth is socialized medicine. Jeesh. Can you imagine the chaos if everyone was able to see a doctor and didn't have to fill out reams of paperwork before they were denied a life-saving surgery because it costs money? It would be anarchy. There'd be lines for bread, and we'd all be speaking Russian or Cuban, and people would die.
People are already dying because of paperwork and lack of coverage and their failure to understand the small print.
Okay, Lennon, I understand. You want to live in a socialist utopia. Fair enough. Well, I don't. I want choices. I want access. I want buzzwords. I want dreams. I want the chance to look you in the eye and say, I've got it. You haven't. I bet you wish you paid more attention in school, you little shit. Then knee you in the nuts. That dream is America. And I tell you what, man, that's a dream hard-working people all over this country want. To see their lazy neighbors die because they didn't go to work and get a job and have health care. Time to remove the teat and say, dinner's over, baby. Go buy your own pair of tits. There's a great word, a German word, a powerful word, and that word is Schadenfreude. And that word
He's making up words to an argument.
No, that's
Hear me out here, hear me out. Schadenfreude is steigen. The word is Schadenfreude, and that word means fuck you, loser. Fuck you. It's the American dream. Yes, I want to cuddle. I want to cuddle your wife while you're going bankrupt, chump, and that means you, Lefty.
Okay. Look, this is getting out of hand. Can we get back on the topic, please?
Oh,
you can have my wife. I don't care.
Thank you so much. I came here to talk about how our company, Beta Pharmaceuticals, has pioneered revolutions in pediatric care. It's a pill called ampheterate that keeps kids quiet for hours. It's yellow. That means it makes you happy. Like in our animated commercials when frowns turn to smiles. It's also good if you ever feel self-conscious or awkward or awake.
Oh, great, because I wanted to sleep till I finally died.
Okay, but Mason, I thought you were all about homeopathic care. Natural solutions to people